Hey guys, it's Alex from 7th Hour Films back again with Star Wars The Clone Wars. Last time on The Clone Wars we had Deal No Deal, where basically Rafa, Trace, and Ahsoka were hired for a job where they would go to Kessel and pick up a bunch of spice and then take it to people, basically. And the certain people that they were going to was the Pike Syndicate. And Ahsoka objected to what they were doing and got into an argument with Rafa. Eventually, Trace just dumped all the spice just because she was mad. But then they didn't have anything to give to the Pike Syndicate. So they had to trick them. Didn't really work out, and now they've been captured. Yeah. Sounds like typical Clone Wars to me. That was pretty much that. It was a really good episode, very interesting, and you know the drill. I'm curious about where we're going. I'm trying to tone down on that because I've noticed I've been saying that a lot recently. Not the point. We should go ahead and pop into this episode of the Clone Wars. Here we go.
Fact. The Pikes turned spice into something that ruins lives. So those lives would be on you.
Says who?
That's just the way it is.
Can I get a complete documentary about what spice is?
Or at least I won't let you. Tell me what?
About why Trace and I keep our distance from the Jedi. Or any topsiders for that matter.
Oh, shut up, Rafa.
I don't think so.
Killed your parents?
Not if Miss High Ideals here is
Something
gonna lecture me
happened,
about
killed your
morale.
parents, is an accident, but you blame the Jedi?
A couple of years ago, there was a prison break on the surface of Coruscant, where you live.
Okay.
Some gangster named Zero.
Right.
Then came the Jedi. We watched. The Jedi went into action, tried to gain control of the ship.
Right.
There was a populated landing platform right in the path of the ship.
Uh-huh.
But the Jedi steered it clear of that, right into the portal wall. And on the other side of that wall was our home.
Huh.
Mom and Dad saw it coming. They got Rafa and I out. But they weren't so lucky.
The Jedi didn't even catch Zero. Dark robes contrasting against her light green skin,
Like
penetrating eyes. She looked at me,
Luminara?
and you know what she said? I had to make a choice, but not to worry. The Force will be with you. That's it.
Yeah, it's not comforting for
Then she
everyone.
was off.
That sounds like
Trace
Luminara.
and I were left without parents,
Luminara green?
without
I
a
think she
home.
is.
Just left there to find our way in their system.
I wonder if Ahsoka was there.
I've spent... Yeah, she's right. Take her instead.
Oh, God damn it. Oh! God, it looked like it hurt.
Now that I think about it, I think the people on Kessel scammed us.
I mean, they're not exactly torturing for information. They're just kind of torturing.
What did you do to her? Answer me!
Don't make them mad, Trace.
How about they don't make me mad and tell me what they did to my sister?
This is not gonna end well.
Let her go!
Oh, she's up next. Ow! God, quit hitting Ahsoka!
Rafa's okay!
Ugh. I hate how, gangly and,
That is the spice.
Okay, look, I'll
Oh, they
I'll
want to
tell you
know
this
where the
was.
spice
I
is.
just didn't want my
That makes
friends
sense.
to hear me talking.
Up. Wow, that was impressive, actually. She's not a bad shot, too. Tuh. No, we're not releasing anyone else. Oh, jeez. Oh.
Let us out.
Yeah, not a bad idea, actually. Prison break. Oh, sweet. Lines of convenience. Oh! Nice. She's a better shot than she is a pilot. Whoop. Good.
Trace,
Well, you lost your momentum.
I'll take my chances.
No, come on. You.
Trace, careful!
Alright, no one would have noticed that.
it, Ahsoka. We'll be back for you.
Uh-huh.
Get out of here. She won't make it.
God damn it.
We can't just leave her.
Hold up. You jumped over.
Oh, she didn't make it. That's terrible.
Ahsoka! I'm here.
It's like Indiana Jones. What are y'all looking
Where
at?
can I look?
Uh-oh. Oh! That's gotta hurt. God, just wish guts had just come
To
down.
kill us is
Hello there. Woo. I love watching Ahsoka kick ass. Oh. Ah, there you go. Line them up.
Got any credits? I need something to eat.
Do I look like I have credits?
Well, if you didn't, I wouldn't be asking.
We're busy right now. Get out of here. Come on, let's go.
Alright.
You never answered my question.
What was with that guy?
In my
I'm suspicious.
life, when you find people who need your help, you help them. No matter what. I guess it's just who I am.
The
I
Jedi
know
way.
someone who used to talk like you.
No, get out of here.
Wait,
Ah, gonna rat him out.
for them?
Oh! I hope that guy has insurance.
What do you think?
Oh.
I'm not sure. It could be the Jedi I met on Karlak. But if it is her, what is she doing here?
Their
Mandalorians.
presence could compromise our mission.
Perhaps. But don't forget we have a common enemy. Let's keep track of her. She could be of use to us.
Okay then. I think that's setting up the next arc. I don't know who those Mandos are though. Oh! Whoa, that's crazy. Alright. Now you have a stick, right? Nope. She didn't take the stick! Oh! Nice.
Let's go, Rafa.
I've had enough of this planet.
Yeah. Let's get the hell out of here. Oh no! Reinforcements! What do we do now? This better not be another cliffhanger. Okay. I thought it was going to. And we're back.
Guys, sorry. I never should have taken this job.
We live and learn, Rafa.
Yeah, but for how much longer?
Yeah. You know, when all is said and done, that didn't really accomplish much, other than Rafa, owning up to her mistakes and learning about more Rafa and Trace. Other than that, we really didn't accomplish anything in this episode, but that's alright. Alrighty. I mean, that was a good episode, and it was fun, but yeah, when all is said and done, we're right back to where we were. However, emotionally, maybe we've grown a bit. So there is that, This isn't like a totally pointless episode, Because now, at least Rafa has owned up to her mistake, Ow. Alrighty. We can go ahead and pop right into the notes. The first thing I wrote down was Jedi and Origin. So, okay, now, I don't remember if this was an episode of the Clone Wars, but was it? Was that whole, chasing Zero the Hutt and, the Jedi crash landing that ship, was that actually, like, an episode? I don't remember. It feels like it feels like that would be an episode, and I'm pretty sure the Jedi they were talking about was Master Luminara. So it's the only thing I can think of, you know? But I don't know. If that is an episode, let me know. I'd love to rewatch that, actually. But yeah, that is interesting. You know, immediately when they said, you know, there's a reason we don't like the Jedi, it's like, oh, your parents were killed. Like, immediately I just got that. I was like, oh, your parents were killed. Probably not really the Jedi's fault, but you blame the Jedi anyway. And it's like, honestly, yeah, it still kind of is. Now, you know, they said, like, okay, well, there was a perfectly good landing platform that they could have landed on. However, the Jedi decided to land, you know, over here where our home was. Okay, I can understand that. And then I can totally understand when Luminara shows up and is like, you know, don't worry, the Force will be with you. And then just leaves. And then that's it, good luck. You're in Coruscant on your own. It's like, okay, I can understand that, I guess. You know, like, okay, you know, obviously the Jedi aren't this, you know, bad group or anything, or this reckless, irresponsible group, although, to be fair, you know, I mean, not fully, but they kind of are, you know? And especially after what happened with Ahsoka, you know, it's, not to say that means they're careless or reckless, but it's like there are flaws. There are obviously flaws with the Jedi. That's what this whole saga, the whole, you know, era is for, you know, is to show the flaws of the Jedi. They even say that, like, in The Last Jedi, you know? Like, the Jedi did have flaws. That's how they were destroyed, you know? So you can understand it. You can definitely understand why they don't like the Jedi. However, dismissing all Jedi like that obviously doesn't work, you know? Because that wouldn't be Ahsoka or Anakin or Obi-Wan. Saying that was Luminara makes way too much sense, but yeah, so you can understand it, but at the same time, it's like, well, it's not all Jedi, and, you know, and you can obviously trust Ahsoka, you know? So, yeah. I mean, again, you get it, but still. The next thing I wrote down was Escape, their grand escape that totally did not work. It was interesting. I liked it. I liked them going around and jumping around. I did like, I like Ahsoka not even trying to hide, like, how great she can jump, you know? Which, first off, anytime Rafa is just like, you know, that one time when Rafa was just like, you know, don't worry, if you don't make it, we'll find you. Let's get out of here. She's not going to make it. It's like, she is so ready to just get rid of Ahsoka. But then, so Ahsoka is just like, oh, is that how it's going to fucking be? All right. Boom. Boom. I jumped over the two of you. You know? Which, that's the thing, is they didn't even, like, see that. They thought that she didn't make it, but nope. She jumped over, and that was totally an Indiana Jones moment where it's just, what are you looking at? Except it's not as emotional as in Last Crusade. But I like that. Because she could have easily, because she used the Force. She did use the Force to make sure that Trace jumped the gap. But she didn't even, like, try to cover it up. It's just that the two of them didn't notice that she jumped like that, you know? I wrote down the drunk. That was interesting. You know, at first I was like, what the hell is this drunk? Like, is he like a spy or something? It's like, oh, he's just a drunk, you know, trying to get some credits. And then he just, you know, he sees them, talks to them, and then just reports them to the Pikes. Like, aw, man. Freaking drunk guy. It sucks. I wrote down help. Ahsoka's whole thing of, you know, if you see people who need help, you have to help them no matter what, you know? Which is supposed to be the Jedi philosophy, you know? That's definitely, you know, stuff she picked up from the Jedi, which is good. And I like, you know, them tying it in with, like, you know, okay, well, if the sisters are just in it for themselves, basically, it's like, well, why did why did Trace bother with Ahsoka? It's like, well, that's what their mother would have done, you know? Which is good. It does sort of tie that in, you know? Ahsoka, it's like, you know, what does she get out of this? She's helping people, you know? That's just her whole thing, you know? It's, at the end of the day, the baseline of every Jedi is to help people, basically. That is the baseline of every Jedi. But the thing is, you know, the Jedi Order, that's not the baseline of the Jedi Order, which is, you know, the big conflicting problems. And obviously there are some Jedi who don't have that as their baseline. However, Ahsoka sees past, you know, those Jedi or the Jedi Order as a whole and just sees the baseline, you know? But that's the thing, too, is that, you know, the Jedi Order might say, you know, that's their baseline, is to help people. And it's like, well, that's why we have to win the war. And it's like, well, that's still a war, though. You know, there's got to be another way, but whatever. Now we're in Clone Wars, you know? So yeah, it's basically the baseline of a Jedi, which is pretty good, you know? I wrote down the Mandos, three Mandos. There were 3 Mandalorians there who were on a mission and who recognized Ahsoka as a Jedi, which was pretty cool. And one of them said she might be the Jedi I met on this one planet. And I don't remember, what have we met? I mean, we've met Mandalorians before. Who have we had? The most I remember, because again, I haven't watched all these episodes in a while, but, you know, maybe, what was her name? Like Bo-Katan, maybe? Was that her name? I don't know. There's something going on there. Now, I do know, because of, like, trailers and everything, so we're going to talk about that a little bit if you haven't seen those, I guess, spoiler alert. You know, the final arc of this season is going to be, I believe, the Siege of Mandalore, with ending in the battle between Ahsoka and Maul. So I think that is sort of a build-up to it. Like, hey, we're gonna, you know, we do have one more episode of this arc, but we're gonna come back for that Siege of Mandalore arc, guys. This is it. We're gonna do that. So I do like that we're kind of leading into that arc, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I don't recognize like which Mandalorians they are, unfortunately. So sorry, blame that on my bad memory. And the last thing I wrote down was square one. We are back to square one, unfortunately. We escaped that cell and then came right back at the end of the episode, which, on the one hand, it's like, okay, well, did we just waste an episode? But on the other hand, it's like, well, no, of course we didn't waste an episode. First off, this was just a very good episode and a very entertaining episode, but also, we got their origins, we got Trace and Rafa's origins, and, you know, we got them, you know, talking to Ahsoka about, you know, helping people and how that ties in with their mother and stuff, and then, at the end, Rafa owned up to, you know, this mistake. Like she said, I should have never taken this job. So, we did have stuff, you know, happen in this episode. But when you look at a broad picture of it, we basically started and ended the episode in the exact same jail cell. But that's okay. The point of this episode was the emotion behind it, not exactly the escape. That'll be next episode. So, yeah, maybe the Mandos will help. Who knows? But that's pretty much all I wrote down. Again, a great episode, a very entertaining episode just with the escape, and then adding on top of that the origins and the philosophy about helping people, and, you know, Rafa owning up at the end to her mistakes, you know? So, this was really good, and I really enjoyed it, and yeah, that is pretty much it. With all that being said, I'm Alex from 7th Hour Films, and I will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. If you want to watch more of my Clone Wars reactions, you can click on the playlist, you can subscribe if you haven't done that already, and be sure you hit that notification bell. You can support me on Patreon and follow me on social media, links below in the description. See you guys later.